Wednesday, December 11th. The city streets were crowded for the holiday. The NBA Cup quarterfinals had begun. New York's most hated villain was back in town, and Knicks fans wanted one thing: vengeance. With a 10-point lead early in the third quarter, it looked like they were going to get it, too. But that wasn't in the cards tonight. The blizzard was too much for Bodega KAT and the King of New York, as Ice Trae and the Hawks continued their reign over the city. Their 108-100 win makes it 3 straight over New York now, and Trae eliminating them from the Cup was sure to give flashbacks to that 2021 playoff series.
To give. It's a 9-0 New York run to lead by 9.
He finished with 22 points, 11 assists, and 5 rebounds. But he had a lot more help than back in 2021, as the supporting cast made sure Atlanta came out on top. Jalen Johnson finished with 21 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. DeAndre Hunter continued his breakout campaign with 24 points off the bench. The Great Barrier Thief made an impact as well, finishing with 9 points, 7 rebounds, and playing a big part in Jalen Brunson's 5 for 15 shooting from the field. The Knicks entered this game with the league's #1 rated offense, but Atlanta turned it into a grudge match. Neither team shot above 30% from 3, and it often felt like neither team could really get it going. But Atlanta dominated the glass and won the turnover battle, stealing the win on the road in the process. The Knicks' big three from this season, Brunson, Towns, and Anunoby, all finished with less than 20 points and shot sub 50% from the field. The bad blood between Trae and the Knicks feels genuine, which only made this loss more brutal for the Knicks. Trae Young and the Hawks still own New York. Now, let's take a deeper look. Before we get more into the heated rival matchup in the NBA quarterfinals, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watch me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Trae Young rolled the dice and hit the jackpot against the Knicks on Wednesday night, cementing his status as Madison Square Garden's most hated villain. With a 22-point, 11-assist double-double, Young orchestrated the Atlanta Hawks' 108-100 victory in the NBA Cup quarterfinals. The win earned Atlanta a trip to Vegas, where they'll face the Milwaukee Bucks in the semifinals on Saturday afternoon, keeping their championship hopes alive. As the final seconds ticked away on Wednesday night, Trae Young soaked in the Manhattan jeers and marked his team's ticket to Vegas in style. Standing defiantly on the Knicks center court logo, Young mimed rolling dice, a fitting nod to his Sin City destination. "We're going to Vegas, so I had to do that," Young said, according to Chris Herring of ESPN. "I planned it with my little brother a few days ago. We talked about it and I knew exactly what I was going to do." Wednesday's win marked just Young's 7th regular season victory over the Knicks in 21 matchups, yet his reputation as a Knicks nemesis has remained unshakable since the 2021 postseason. During that opening round series, Young dismantled New York's first playoff run in 8 years, averaging 29 points and 10 assists across 5 games, capped off by a 36-point clincher at MSG. Since that playoff series, Trae Young has lived rent-free in the minds of New Yorkers, sparking chants of F Trae Young not only at MSG, but across other local sports venues. He gave them more reason to chant on Wednesday, orchestrating a personal 8-0 run in the third quarter that erased the deficit as large as 12 points and swung momentum firmly in Atlanta's favor. Although Young has previously downplayed his role as the Knicks' chief antagonist, he couldn't resist leaning into it. His taunting skip down the court during Atlanta's second-half surge epitomized his embrace of the moment. By the end of the third quarter, Young had directly contributed to 24 of the Hawks' 34 points through his scoring, assists, and rebounds, helping Atlanta take control of the game. After the game, Young reflected on his dynamic with Knicks fans, describing it as a love-hate relationship. "I get a lot of love and a lot of hate from them," Trae Young said during his post-game interview. "But there's a lot of love too. It's all respect. While using a host logo for celebrations has sparked controversy in college football, the Knicks took Young's dice-rolling antics in stride. "We should win the game if we don't want him to do that," Jalen Brunson said. And so the saga continues. Trae Young and the Hawks remain a thorn in the Knicks' side, a rivalry defined by gritty games, hostile crowds, and unforgettable moments. Wednesday night was no different, a physical, low-scoring battle where Young once again embraced his role as New York's favorite villain, both on and off the court. With his performance, the Hawks extended their dominance over the Knicks, proving that their grip on MSG remains firm. Now, as Atlanta heads to Vegas for the Cup semifinals, one thing is clear. The bad blood between Trae Young and the Knicks is far from over, and for basketball fans, that's a jackpot of its own. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.